Sorry girls, there was a problem, so the video got cut. So I'll continue. So like I told you, so third party administrator processes the claims for both retail as well as corporate policies. Like I told you, they themselves provide services as an entity, separate entity, or they're also providing services for the corporates who are availing their facilities. So the risk of the loss, okay, remains with the insurance company still. So since the third party is involved, it doesn't mean that the risk of insurance and the losses that which is incurred in the insurance will come upon them. No, nothing like that. But the risk of loss will still remain with the insurance company. The third party is only hired to manage the claims, process the claims, and provide networks and utilize the reviews. Is that clear? So some your third party administrators operate as part of the insurance company, and most of them are independent companies. So apart from that, your TPAs, that is your third party administrator, provides various facilities like I told you. Employee benefit plans are provided by them, and then healthcare facilities, employee benefit claims are also, claim management is also done. Okay, so they are using how are they providing all these services is by using a specialized manpower. Third party administrators have a specialized manpower. They have hired technically skilled laborers who are especially good at various kind of things, like for example, your various trained IT professionals are there, are part of your third party administrator. And apart from that, doctors management is done, consultancy services for hospital management is done. Okay, so all these legal advisors are there. So a lot of professionals are basically involved in a third party administrator, and that's how they are able to provide these kind of services. Okay, so they are also acting like a claim adjuster for the insurance company. Okay, like for example, an insurance company, when they really want to have a proper management of their claims, without undergoing much loss or without undergoing the risk of settling fraudulent claims and other things, they can hire a third party administrator. So he will help in adjusting the claims and making the insurance company more profitable, isn't it? So the insurance company either tries to set up its own third party administrator, okay, otherwise they try to avail the services of a separate department, okay, a separate what to say corporate company who's a third party administrator. So his services are hired. So they have a separate department, or a separate third party administrator services are hired, outsiders is hired. Is that clear, girls? So this is about the third party administrator. So now we are going to look into this topic, need for a third party administrator. Why do you need a third party administrator as an insurance company? So first thing is, there will be a lot of efficiency and quality in delivering the services. So your the insurance companies kind of delivering services and providing for various kinds of insurance services will be more efficient and quality oriented when it is given to a third party administrator. All right, the next one is, they're also improving the standardization now, because they are able to provide for networking and some kind of a reviews from the clients, okay, who are using the insurance company services. So they will be able to give back some kind of feedbacks and all that. So they try to improve their standardization by taking back the reviews, okay, from the third party administrator. So apart from that, they're also increasing the knowledge base of the healthcare service. The insurance company will be able to increase their knowledge base of the healthcare services, because the third party administrator is having experts, okay, with him in order to deal with the various processes of the claims. Now along with that, also he tries to go in detail with the investigation of the various cases. So that's how you will be able to, as an insurance company, you'll be able to get more knowledge based on the health services. Apart from that, new management systems are also introduced. So of course, the third party administrator has got his own way of managing. Okay, so he's got his own administration, of course, with the specialized skilled manpower that he's got. So that would also be very, very beneficial for the insurance company. The next one would be greater penetration of health insurance. So I told you already, he kind of digs in more, okay, in the details of the health insurance and trying to provide all possible ways and means for ensuring the health of the insured. The next one is minimizing the cost and expenditure. So possibly if you have a third party administrator, if you hire a third party administrator as an insurance company, possibly your costs will be minimized, even your expenditure will be minimized. Now as an insurance company, the insurance company does so many other activities in case of insurance. So even the processing of the claims will be, when it is done, so they would be able to actually incur more of costs when compared to the third party administrator, as he knows, he's kind of expert, and he's a kind of an expert in the management of claims and settlement of claims. So if it is given to a third party administrator, possibly he would be able to do it much better and provide good profits to the insurance company. Then he also develops protocols to streamline investigations and avoid unnecessary delays. Okay, so the third party is got his administrator is got his own protocols, okay, as to how he will streamline, in the sense conclude an investigation and avoid unnecessary delays. So when the insurance company itself is dealing, many a times because it should not delay a claim, it will try to settle the claim, and sometimes it can also settle fraudulent claims. So this I have already told you. So instead of delaying claims, or rather instead of also making the claim settled too earlier and trying to settle a fraudulent claim, it's always good to provide it to a third party to have his own protocols and conclusions for the investigations to avoid unnecessary delays. Apart from that, it also paves the way for lower insurance premiums. Okay, so third party administrator also tries to reduce the premium rates, okay, for the insured, that is a policy holders. They try, because they are maximizing the profit, so that way the insurance company will also be able to reduce the premiums, and when the premiums are reduced, he probably can have more of customers, and he can also maximize his profits. So it is all about economies of scale of production. Is that clear, girls? So this is the need for a third party administrator. So you also look into the challenges that which is faced by your third parties. Okay, now generally speaking, no, IRDA actually has not put IRDA, the Insurance Regulatory Development Authority Limited of India. Now this particular regulatory institution has not actually put any hard and fast rules for a third party administrator. Okay, so I would like to say that IRDA does not have strict rules and regulations that which has to be followed by the third party administrator. At the same time, IRDA assesses the performance, okay, of these third party administrators based on the financial performance rather than the customer satisfaction, isn't it? So thus there is always a view that the third party administrator should be assessed based on the quality of the service that which he is providing, rather than on the basis of the financial performance that which he does. Alright, so one challenge is that there are no hard and fast rules. So as a result of which, the third party administrator can sometimes go out of that framework, and it's easy for him to move out of the framework and involve in various other kind of activities, like sometimes even in cheats and frauds. So that is a challenge, okay, which is faced. Apart from that, the performance assessment is also not done based on customer satisfaction. It's only done on the basis of your financial performance. So there is also a suggestion that the performance should not be assessed based on the financial performance, rather it should be assessed on the quality of the service that which is provided, which is yet another challenge that which is faced. So apart from that, as far as the fees that which is paid for the third party administrator, okay, it is paid by the insurance company, of course, but then usually what the insurance company does is, whatever charges it has to pay to the third party administrator, it tries to put it on the premiums. Okay, it tries to cover up that cost on the premiums by charging extra premiums. Okay, so which many a times is not known to the policy holder. So the insurance company does not separately from its pocket pay. Okay, rather whenever an insurance company is hiring a third party administrator, it tries to put all those charges on the customer only. So by putting extra premiums, which is many a times not noticed by the insured. Okay, so many times we sign papers without seeing what exactly are the charges that which is made, okay, by the insurance company. So that is also another thing. So when premiums are more, as it is the premiums when it is charged more, what happens is then the customers have their own problems, as a result of which the payments also become a problem for the third party administrators. Then other than that, the experts also say that third party administrators should try to invest in developing the human capital in order to develop their services. So instead of concentrating on providing efficient financial services, the third party administrator should try to concentrate on the developing the human capital, so that only can develop their services. Alright, so like I told you, insurance companies and healthcare providers usually look for a well trained third party administrator in order to provide efficient services. So if the third party administrator is poorly developed, if he is not got good administration capacity, the insurance companies, all the healthcare companies, or the employee management companies, they don't try to avail the services of third party administrators. So that is another challenges, okay, that is another challenge that which is faced by your third party administrators, wherein they should try to improve their services, okay, and make these services more efficient by concentrating on the human capital development. Apart from that, the third party administrators also have to hire, I told you already, they are hiring a lot of experts, okay, like IT professionals, doctors, management consultancies, and other hospital management for providing their services, which means that their cost that which they are incurring in providing the services is higher, and many times when that has to be paid back by the insurance company. So this is also another challenge. So when higher the fees that which they are going to charge, so usually what happens is they are not hired by the insurance companies, but then at the same time they'll have to satisfy and pay back for all these kind of professionals, as a result of which their charges are usually high. That is another challenge that which is faced. So the primary purpose of having a third party administrator is to fasten the process of the claim settlement, and to make the claim settlement hassle free, that is without any kind of problems, without any kind of obstacles. To make the claim settlement easier only, they are trying to avail the facilities of third party administrator. So the third party administrator should be able to provide the services with great speed, okay, so which also sometimes becomes a problem. Otherwise the insurance company might think that they themselves can provide the services when the claim settlement is delayed. Okay, so this is another challenge that which is faced. Whenever the third party administrator is providing the services, he needs to provide the services at high speed, at the same time with lots of accuracy. Is that clear, girls? So these are certain challenges that which is faced. So apart from that, when some of the problems, especially in health insurance sector, that which is faced by your third party administrator is the information many a time is asymmetric, that is it might not match. Okay, so whatever information that which is given by the insurance company and what information that which is given by the client might not match. Okay, so it becomes difficult for the third party administrator to basically assess the claim. Apart from that, weak networking. Okay, so sometimes when the the third party administrators do not have a proper networking, if they have a weak networking, that again will have a problem. Okay, so when you have good networking only, so you will be able to satisfy both the customers as well as the insurance companies along with the hospitals, okay, that with which you are having the networking. Then apart from that, inordinate delay in the issuance of identity cards to the insured. So this is another problem. Okay, so it is not very easy to provide the identity cards to the insured. So usually insurance claims can be done only with using those cards, isn't it? So you would have seen even when you make an insurance and all that, so you will be given a small card which just has to be presented with the wherever you want to avail the services from, be it in hospital or anything. So that card, identity card provision also many times is delayed. Okay, which is another problem that which is faced. Then other than that, lack of strong standardization procedures in terms of billing. Okay, so billing also sometimes when the standard procedures are not followed, be it by the hospital, okay, which is making the bills, we can take into consideration. So that also will become a problem, okay, at times for the third party administrator, because bills are very very important for assessing the claims. Then other than that, under reporting across hospitals. Okay, so that is reporting when it is not properly provided now, or rather if there are given contradictory reports, okay, from one hospital to another hospital, when more than one opinion is taken, okay, by the insured, and when there are contradicting opinions that which is given by the consultants, so that could also be a problem. All right, and apart from that also, underreporting can also be taken as when the hospitals don't give proper reporting to the reports, okay, that which needs to be what to say, assess the that which is needed to assess whatever is the disease that which is like what to say, the patient is suffering from and all that. So when the proper reports are not submitted by the hospitals, so that also could be a problem. Apart from that, nexus between corporate hospitals and insurance companies, that is confusions. All right, so many times there will be a lot of confusions between the insurance company and the hospitals. Now hospitals will, for the hospitals also, when they know it's an insurance patient, they actually make their bills like really complicated, and they, whatever claims they want to make, they make a lot of claims. So usually when you are a corporate customer, or rather an insurance claim patient, so that sometimes what happens is there will be a lot of confusions and chaoses between the insurance company. Like for example, the insurance company may not say that, may say that they will not pay this amount, that amount, this charges, that charges. And when a patient is going for a cashless insurance, I told you already what is a cashless insurance. It's when the patient is not going to even pay 1 rupee from the pocket, then there will be a lot of clashes between the insurance company and the hospital. Okay, so that also becomes a problem for the third party administrator. Okay, so he will be put in a, so that is again another challenge, or that is another problem that which is faced by a third party administrator. Did you understand, girls? So these are all the various challenges that which is faced, and this is what is called as third party administrators. To make a mention of few of the third party administrators in India, you have various third party administrators, you can go through here. Okay, so MediAssist India, third party administrator private limited. Okay, United Healthcare third party administrator, Parekh third party administrator. Like this, you have lot of eMeditech services limited. You have lot of third party administrators in India. You can just go through this. These are all companies who are popularly providing third party administration in India. Did you understand, girls? So if you have any doubts in this particular topic, you all can ask me. Thank you.